Hello everyone, welcome to Plant Versus. Today's video is about one of the most beautifully fragrant plants you can grow at home. The night blooming jasmine, also known as the queen of the night. This plant is famous for its incredibly strong and sweet fragrance that spreads during the evening and night time. During the day, the flowers may look small and simple, but once the sun sets, the entire atmosphere changes. The fragrance becomes so powerful that it can fill an entire balcony, terrace, or even a garden. So in this video, I'll talk about why this plant is so special, how to care for it properly, its sunlight and watering needs, plant flowering season, pruning tips, and some other important things beginners should definitely know before growing it. Now coming to the plant itself, night blooming jasmine is a fast growing flowering shrub known mainly for its nighttime fragrance. Its scientific name is Chestrum nocturnum and it grows extremely well in warm tropical and subtropical climates. The plant produces clusters of tiny tubular flowers that blooms mostly during the warm months. What makes this plant so unique is that the aroma becomes strongest after sunset. During the daytime, the flowers stay fairly quiet and unnoticed, but at night the scent becomes the main attraction. Now, you must be wondering why this plant is so popular. One of the biggest reasons why people love these plants is because obviously of the fragrance. The smell is sweet, calming, and very noticeable even from a distance. On warm summer nights, the aroma can spread surprisingly far and create a very peaceful atmosphere around the home. Many people grow this plant near windows, balconies, patios, or even sitting areas so they can enjoy the scent during the evening. Another reason why this plant is so popular is because it's relatively low maintenance once established, and it grows very quickly, adapts well to tropical weather. Now coming to its sunlight requirements, because proper light is very important if you want good flowering, and same goes with night blooming jasmine. This plant prefers bright light and grows best around 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. Morning sunlight is excellent, but the plant can also tolerate stronger afternoon sun in tropical climates if it receives enough water. If the plant is kept too much in shade, it may produce lot of leaves but very few flowers. Coming to its watering needs, when it comes to watering, this plant prefers slightly moist soil, but it doesn't want consistently wet soil either. During hot summer months, especially in tropical climates, the soil may dry faster, so watering may be needed even more often. But it's always important to check the soil before watering again. Make sure the soil is completely dry, at least 2-3 inches from the top, before watering once again. Overwatering can cause many issues. Overwatering is also one of the biggest killer of plants of all time. So overwatering can cause yellow leaves, weak growths, or root problems. So avoid keeping the soil soggy all the time. A good rule of thumb is to water deeply and then allow the topsoil to dry slightly before the next watering cycle. Coming to the soil and fertilizer. For healthy growth, this plant needs well-draining soil. You can use a simple mix of garden soil, compost, and sand or coco peat to improve the drainage and airflow around the roots. To encourage flowering, add compost or a balanced flowering fertilizer every few weeks, and it works pretty well. However, avoid using too much nitrogen fertilizer because that can increase leaf growth and while reducing flowers. Its flowering season is mostly during the warm weather, especially throughout the summer and rainy season. The flowers themselves are very small and not very showy visually, but the fragrance is what makes the plant extraordinary. Interestingly, the scent becomes stronger at night because the plant naturally attracts nighttime pollinators like moths. Coming to its pruning and maintenance. Pruning is another important part of caring for night blooming jasmine. After a flowering cycle is over, light pruning helps the plant become fuller and bushier. It also encourages fresh new growths, more flowers in the future. Without pruning, the plant can sometimes become too leggy or look uneven. Now, if you are an absolute beginner or if you are planning to grow this plant for the very first time, I want you to take note of few important things that I will share now. First, this plant grows fairly fast in warm climates. So if you live in an area where your climate is pretty warm, please make sure to care for it during the initial phase where it establishes its roots for the very first time. And also it grows pretty fast, so it has to be kept in mind. Secondly, the nighttime fragrance can often become extremely strong when the plant is full of blooms. So many people experience headaches or dizziness if you smell it from too close. And even though a lot of people are out there who love this feature, but for some this scent kind of feel too intense or too overwhelming in enclosed spaces. Another important thing to know is that the night blooming jasmine is considered a toxic or poisonous plant if ingested. So if you have small children or pets at home, it's better to place the plant carefully and avoid anyone chewing the leaves, flower or berries. And finally, young plants may need some time to establish before producing heavy flowering. So you have to keep patience. Patience is very important. So overall, night blooming jasmine is one of the most rewarding fragrant plants you can ever grow in a home garden. It may appear simple during the daytime, but at night it completely transforms the atmosphere with its incredible fragrance. If you love tropical plants, evening gardens, and strongly scented flowering plants, this is definitely a plant worth adding to your collection. Thank you so much for watching this video.